Hello, hello. Today we are gonna go to one lake, one very nice lake. It's a very nice day, very sunny. It's a bit about 3 to 4, 5 degrees Celsius maybe. My friend is waiting for me in the halfway towards there, so we are gonna join him very soon. Very dangerous intersection. So many crashes happen here, usually because people don't stop when they have the stop sign. They just keep on driving. That's why I never trust the signs. I always trust my own judgment. I use the signs as the general rules and guidelines, let's say that way, but I never rely on them. I always double check. The important thing about the asphalt in most cases is that the left and the right side of the asphalt of the lane that you're moving through is usually better way to be riding bike on, because those paths that I'm telling about, so the right or here the left, are the paths which the tires of the cars are using, and usually they're more clean. In the middle there can be more dust, more gravel, so it's always more advisable to keep on moving in the right path of the right tire of the car or the left, so you're either trailing one of those two. And another reason is, like, if I'm like going behind this guy right now in the middle, of course now he's moving way slow. I don't know why he's moving so slow, but let's imagine he's moving faster and you don't actually see quite well what's in front of him. So if you're trailing his center side, then something can just pop out of a sudden, maybe dead animal or something, or some obstacle, and then you can have problems. So you always want to keep your distance and trail the right tire or the left tire of the car. In the winter time I always like to express my body position more, to pronounce it more, because as I was saying in a previous video, the more you increase the lean angle of the bike, the less the bike tend to be stable. And when it's cold asphalt, cold tire, you want to keep your bike more upright. Another especially important thing is the bridges. The bridges are very much frosty during the winter time, so they're much colder than the casual asphalt, than the road itself, because of course the frost catches from below the bridge as well, and the bridge can be really tricky. So you always want to keep your bike fully upright when you cross them, and don't do any kind of fast movements, fast accelerations and or decelerations. This is a very well-known small mountain here in my county. So I always am checking the mirrors. Like, for example, right now, even though I was in my lane, I was on the left side of my lane, I was checking the right mirror. Why? Because I also had these bad experiences in the past when other riders, so motorcycle riders, tried passing me from the right side, and unfortunately that can happen. It's very rare, but I don't think anymore in my life, like, you know, it's very rare, it will not happen to me. Actually, those things happen to me, so I'm not taking any chances. So even if I'm sticking to the left side like now, and I want to move to the right, I'm checking the right mirror to see if there is no other motorcycle rider or maybe bicycle rider, because as you know, nowadays there's many bicycles that have batteries and they go pretty fast. So I always want to make sure I'm totally safe. Unfortunately, my pin lock visor is not functioning so well, and it's fogging even though it shouldn't be the case. I don't actually know why. I think maybe it was not set up properly from the start when I bought this new helmet, but it is what it is. I need to open and close the lid, the visor, from time to time. Here we had recently one crash where unfortunately motorcycle rider died. It was right over here. There is a kind of hidden intersection on the right side over here, and the guy was coming drunk from that corner, from that small street, and he didn't give the right of way to the motorcycle rider who was going in the same direction as I am right now, and he hit him from the side, and unfortunately the motorcycle rider did not have any gear. He was in his shorts and a t-shirt and no helmet, and he died. And actually from that point I realized I should be recording these videos more often, because I know that I learned from many different experiences, and my experiences might help other people in the future, so I really hope I can help. As I'm riding right now, I'm always trying to put myself out of risk from other obstacles, from other intersections, from other cars, bicycles, whatever. So as I was passing that petrol station, I was moving myself to the left side. Now I'm moving myself to the right because this guy's coming in on-lane traffic, so I want to move myself away from him. There is a person in the mirror right now, if you can see him, so I'm always monitoring what he is doing because he is approaching quite fast. I'll show him to move himself to the left side because he doesn't move. And look what happens right now. Look, almost a crash. Almost a crash. Oh yeah, Transalp can move, baby. Transalp can definitely move. He's alive. Look. I don't know, in my country it's so often to see this kind of behavior. They will just cut into your lane, cross this white line like it's nothing. Look at the snake, look at the snake. Snaky. Again, the intersection, so I'm dropping the gears down to be able to use more of my engine braking, and I'm always aware like what's happening around me. I'm trying to expect somebody does something stupid. That's how you will be safe. Wherever there is a possibility that somebody can join the road you're riding onto, you always take special measurements of precaution. Not measurements, but measures. Yeah, a measurement of precaution. So yeah, here on the right there is possibility I'm moving to the left, the car is coming, I'm moving to the right, and it's just always being dynamic. Never like be static, always be into what you're doing, into the riding. And based on that, like how I always like to think about riding is like there is point A and point B. Point A is your starting point. It's like where you started riding from, and point B is where you're going to, wherever it be. So, and then you ride it like it's a video game, but there is no restart, and everything can be your enemy, and everything is your enemy. Everything wants to hurt you. So you won't. This is how you will have the mindset of enjoying the ride, so playing the game, but the game doesn't have a restart. So still you need to have this kind of mindset that there is no second chance. You can be hurt. This bump always catches me. So my friend should be somewhere here on the left. To the left, to the left. I'm always checking to the right, expecting him not to let me, again expecting him not to let me. Let's see, let's see, let's see. Okay. Okay, where is he? He is not here, as expected, to be honest. Let's wait for him over here. And when you stop, you don't want to stop next to the road. You're moving as far away as possible, putting those hazard lights so you can be more visible and further away from the danger. Okay, let's wait for him. See you soon. So here he is, finally.
Majo, top, nema ladno nigde.
Crazy guy like me. There is no winter for us. Let's go. He said, the first thing he said is like, it's so amazing, there is no cold at all. It's crazy, but that's true. My friend is riding Kawasaki Z750, legendary bike, really agile bike, really nice looking, beautiful sound. I was actually loving that bike since I was very young. I wanted to buy it, but life took me to different paths. Actually, I wanted to buy any bike that I saw in my life. If I could have them all, that would be amazing. Yeah, that exhaust is it's quite loud when you're behind. But it's 4 cylinders, so it's not. Yeah, it's not overly loud. Like two cylinders, when you hear them from behind, it can be really bothering. But this sound it's fine. Even though his exhaust, I believe, is fully open. I consider Alexa to be a really talented rider. He doesn't ride like for 20 years, but so far, based on his experience, he really adapted his riding to the proper safe level, I would say. He has really nice techniques. In the corner I saw him riding, and usually he was riding always behind me, so I was always telling him, I like your riding when you're behind me, but I hope you're not riding like crazy when you're alone. So I really hope that's the case, because there's a teeny border between riding properly, technically, and riding like a lunatic. He honked when he wanted to overtake that tractor, which is a good thing. And this is actually the worst part of this road. It's crazy. And good thing I can just stand on the Transalp. Great advantage. The way we ride in a small group and focusing on a small group only, not a big group, is I prefer that we ride our own, so each rider rides his own ride, so there is no special kind of formation or something. Why? Because the roads in Serbia can be quite dangerous, lots of animals crossing, dogs, cats, lots of drunk drivers, lots of stressed out drivers, and I always like us to be distant enough and to have our own space to manipulate the bike, to maneuver the bike if it's needed. So I was checking right now this guy wanting to join the lane, and as I was checking him, focusing on him, then I checked the left mirror to see if I have enough space to maneuver if this guy does something quite stupid. For example, if he accelerates much faster than it would be accepted and I needed to move to the left, I need to see if somebody started overtaking me, or if somebody is nervous, or if somebody is close to me, or if somebody wants to overtake me maybe. So then I know what to expect. I know what I can do. If you're just checking him on the right and not seeing what's happening behind you at that time, then you might have some problems. So you always want to make sure you covered all or almost all, since we're humans and sometimes we make mistakes, cases. Again, so many parked cars. Kids can cross the street, drunk guys can cross the street, anybody can cross the street, animals can cross. So you always want to slow down, move to the furthest point from both sides of the road and expect the things. And another thing I'm always trying to do, even though sometimes as we all humans forget to do it, but we're built from the habit, so I'm trying to always think about these things, so the habit is being created and set properly, is keeping the front brake and the rear brake covered. That decreases the time of reaction and the actual braking by around half a second, depends on how much you need to move the fingers of your hand or the foot on the rear brake, but it's usually up to half a second. So if I have the vision like over here, I can have some fun by leaning in with the body, having that sporty position and sporty feel. But if I don't see what's coming from around the corner, I will be using counterbalancing. I will be pushing the bike down more and I will be trying to push my head, so my upper body, to cover more of what's coming from around the corner. Like, let's see, yeah, it's over here. I'll be pushing my bike more and trying to see what's coming, and if something bad is coming, I can push my bike even more to avoid the oncoming vehicle, for example. Over here I'm gonna move to the rightmost side to be further from oncoming traffic. I'm gonna push the bike and try to keep myself more upright to be able to see more of what's coming. Of course, you always need to pay attention on the road. You can never just blindly look at the corner and not checking the road. So right now I'm checking the distance, but I'm always checking to see the quality of the road in front. Especially in Serbia, there can be dust many times, so you need to pay attention to all of the factors. So pushing the bike and checking what's coming from around the corner, and trying to be following the tire of the car. Like I said, there is two possibilities, two options that you should follow when you ride, especially in winter time. Right, trailing the right tire of the car or trailing the left tire of the car. There is two options. And at the endmost part of the road, there is usually more dust, like over here. More sand, more dust. I think we're going to the left over here, to the lake. Here is the lake. Small lake named Oblacina. Oblak in Serbian means cloud, so I don't know if that has any meaning here. So here we are. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.